Hi, Praveen. Good afternoon. As you're already familiar, a platform called Angel Stack. I'm one of the co-hosts. What we do is we try and give a space for founders such as yourself, especially early stage, who wants a bit of PR in your early growth stage where you need to put yourself out there and get some founder-led content. And by the end of this video, I'm hoping to be able to publish this in a couple of distribution channels, which might benefit you and your brand. Before we begin, can I please ask you for an introduction about yourself and any co-founders that might be part of this venture?
Me and my wife started this in 2023, while the business idea was actually conceived way before that. But 2023 was when we officially started this. And my name is Praveen. My co founder, my wife's name is Priyanka. We are both pharmacists. And that is where, the inspiration comes from. We were always very passionate about holistic health and life. So this is our way of bringing holistic health into being. We are very proud of what we bring to the table. We have done our homework and we talk science. We love to back everything with the scientific fact. And both of us have a very, unusual passion for simplifying scientific research. And I think that was the beginning of that itch to create something safer and simpler in the space of skincare. That was the first time when we thought about this as, we should do something about it.
So the thing is, when I first did some research on your app and your website that you have and the product that you're building, I did not really know that both of you are pharmacists. So that's actually quite interesting. So can you tell me that what both of your backgrounds are like? Are you currently working full time? Do you have something else that you're working on the pharmacy side, or are you fully invested in your product from 2023?
Yeah. Both of us, we are pharmacists, and we have been running a pretty successful professional careers so far. We both have worked for pharmaceutical companies. So I have worked for pharmaceutical and biotechnology companies for around 18 years. My wife is still working for one of the largest pharmaceutical companies globally. I took a break in 2023. Before that, we tried working part time establishing this business, but we soon realized that it won't be possible. So we'll have to, you know, give our full attention to this business, and only then we can make something out of it. So 2023 is when I decided to take a break. My wife is still in full time job.
Brilliant. Can you tell me about your product, how it came to be? How do you come up with the name? I think the name is really cool, by the way. It's very easy to say the fact that you have a tagline which actually goes with it, which I heard
Yeah,
of today, which is actually even more interesting. Could you
yeah.
start off by telling me what the brand name is, what the tagline is, and a bit more about what you're selling?
Super. Our brand name is Eluxier. This is how we pronounce it. And our tagline, the thing that matters most to us is beautiful as is, because we are in the business of creating the best version of our customers. We don't want to create a space where somebody has to uh, make efforts to fit in. We want to enable them, empower them to feel home in whatever they are, in whatever they do, in whichever way they do. So we just want to empower them to their best version rather than fixing them, selling them some other parameter, other silhouette of predefined notion of beauty that you have to be like that through our products. We don't want to do that. But very interesting story about the name. When we started, our brand name was Herbs and Minerals. This was the original name that we wanted to go ahead with. But when we applied for trademark, the response we got was, these are very generic terms. We cannot offer you trademark on that. So we decided that, okay, we had our social media and every place fixed with herbs and minerals, and then we were back to square one, that we have to work it out again. And then we were looking for places where we can create something where the website is available, social media is available, and all the places where we can do business with something that is trademarkable at the same time. So we were looking for names, and then this notion came to us that, are we trying to create? And Then this idea dawned on us that there is this word elixir, which is a very ancient Greek word that transpires to, magic potion that heals and, provides the healing properties. And then we wanted somehow to marry that word with luxury. So elixir and luxury somehow came together and made Eluxier at some point. And that is how we created this brand.
That's quite interesting because when I read the domain name, I actually read it as Elixir, but the way you pronounce it is Elixir. That
Luxury.
that makes sense. Okay. Can you tell me how your journey has come to be? How long did it take for you to develop your product? What was your stage of growth like so far?
So the product ideation actually, so this was a very need based product that we created. So my wife, she always had a very sensitive skin since her childhood, and she was participating in a school drama and class seventh or eighth somewhere. There was a very bad makeup applied to her, and that sensitive skin converted into sun allergy. So she has been prescribed corticosteroids and sunscreen products since she was child. When in India, sunscreens were not available as consumer products; they were available as prescription products. So she has been using them since her childhood. And then slowly we could see that because of consistent use of corticosteroids and, um, sunscreens that were available in the market, we had seen the impacts on health. So when we got married, we were looking for, safer options for sunscreen. We couldn't find any. So we decided to make a completely natural sunscreen that work as good as the, store-bought sunscreen. And we were working on that, and slowly we succeeded with one of the products. The only problem was that it was very sticky. Plus, it did not have a very had a very long shelf life. We then started incorporating some modern ingredients in them, making it more, skin friendly and everything, keeping in mind that we have to be 100% natural all the time. So finally, we created a product that was 100% natural. It was working as good as store-bought sunscreen. And then we sent it to a formulator to perfect it because we didn't have machinery to homogenize it on high speed and all. So when the final product came out, it was very nice. We gave it to some of our relatives and friends, and it worked for them as well. So that was Eluxier's first product, the sunscreen that we now call as helioSHEAR. And we thought that, so at the point when we defined the sunscreen, every sunscreen was talking about SPF. That if there is a race of, SPF 30, SPF 70, now SPF 100 even. We defined as sun care beyond SPF because protection from sun, no matter what you do, not possible, and it is not recommended as well. Because if you prevent exposure to sun, also sets up your circadian rhythm. It gives you your biological clock a sense of day and night. It also creates the mental health space, your anxiety, depression, and good mental health. It also triggers, and then it also helps you with vitamin D, which is involved in more than 400 very critical body functions in our body. So if we are completely blocking the sun from our life, we are significantly deteriorating our health. So our goal was not to prevent the sun, but to prevent from the sun and continuously also heal damage that is done by the UV radiation. So that's where the concept of sun care beyond SPF comes in. So helioSHEAR is actually an acronym where helio stands for sun and SHEAR. So S is shielding from broad spectrum UV radiation. H is the hydration, continuous hydration for around 95 plus hours. E is enhancing natural ability to, uh, uh, sweat and water resistance, so that even if you put the sunscreen and go for a wash, or if it rains and you are still in the sun, and if you sweat, Still, the sunscreen should keep working. A is, your advanced sun protection, inherent, your skin's response to sun protection. And R is, revitalizing the damage that is done by the sun damage. So it heals the DNA damage, it does the antioxidation, keeps the whole, all of the things together. It, consistently protects you from the sun. So this is
Got it.
one product. This is one product.
Okay.
After we got successful with this, we thought that, okay, these are great principles, and it showed us success that we can make products without, involving any of the, chemicals or dirty toxins. And then it got us motivated to create more products. So we created around 6 more products, and then we are now thinking of creating 15 more products, basing on the same principles. So when we were rehearsing, when we were researching for our sunscreen, we identified that there were, 581 bad chemicals that go into our, daily skincare products, and they are unfortunately in all the products, even the best brands that we get from market today. They're everywhere. So we decided that, okay, what are how we can avoid that. So we made decision number one: we will not use these 581 chemicals. We classified them in 30 different buckets, and we started calling that as dirty 30. So we decided that our products will be wellness without dirty 30. So that was one of the principles that we established. And then the same principle we followed for all other products.
Brilliant. Can you take me through all the list of all the products that you have? Because I think on the website I saw about four. Have you
Yeah,
not launched five and six? Or okay, can you please take me through that journey as well?
super. So the immediate next product after our sunscreen was the face serum. So what we realized during our research is the best, microclimate for our skin health is actually our own sweat and sebum. But because of the hygiene, we keep on washing them away, cleaning them away. So we keep depriving our best skin environment away from our skin. So we studied sweat and sebum of around 70 to 75 people, and we took out there's something called NMF, natural moisturizing factor. So we studied that what are the components of those NMF from those many people of different skin types and different, skin conditions. And then we tried to make a um, averaged out version of that how can we provide that microclimate in which the skin can thrive at its best, and then we can still create that microclimate for the skin. So we created that in situ, we call it in situ NMF, and then we added them with a lot of concentrated nutrition. So the principle behind creating Sabi, as we call it, because Sabi is about the perfectly imperfect, that we are not offering youth, but we are offering that you age beautifully. Okay. So, Tina, that you carry when you age is something beautiful, that's something to nurture. So, created a very concentrated nutrition, everything that the skin needs and nothing that it doesn't, in a very balanced formulation where every ingredient is synergic to each other, it is working with each other. So that was, there have been couple of iterations, a lot of failures, but finally we came out with that. So we are very happy about the face serum that we have created. After that, the next product was isobiome. The focus there was a product that can put on for slightly longer term, that can nurture the microbiome of the skin. So what happens is when we apply high pH products on skin, the inherent bacteria that stay on our skin, they just die. And because of that, the other harmful bacteria from the environment, they get a chance to settle down and they create, acne or other skin problems like eczema, dermatitis. So we noted that the most important uh, factor about good skin health is the pH of skin. And pH is not a single pH basically for skin, it's a skin gradient that on top there will be a low pH, and then at a very short cell depth, it will increase significantly. So we need to create a environment that is a low pH, but when it gets absorbed, it follows that gradient of the pH increase inside your body. So we created isobiome, which carries six Ayurvedic oils, very precious oil, and that is also a story. So when we were creating isobiome, we sourced a lot of oils from the market. We realized that every oil that comes from the market, we source from around 25 different sources. The active oil will be hardly 5 to 10%, and rest everything will just be a filler oil. So we were looking for consistent, high quality supply of oils. We were not getting it. So one of our partners in Indore, they agreed to start a oil mill at their own facility at their own cost. That we will buy the seed, we will press the oil, we will just pack it as it is and give it to you. So the first press oil of those machines come to us. There is a lot of settlement. We lose a lot of oil from that, but every milliliter that we put into our products is the pure extracted oil. We don't refine the oils because refining is a process that is a very high pressure, high temperature process that takes away all the other things apart from the fat that oil has. It is lost in that process. We decided that we'll not be using refined oils. We will be putting unrefined oils. So that was the best way. So it is very costly to us, but we were committed to, preserving that quality for the products. So we went ahead for that. So that was about isobiome. And then we figured out something which was very, very crucial at some point for us. We wanted to we were consistently seeing a problem of hard water hair damage, tier one cities especially. So we wanted to create a hair care. My wife has a very curly hair, and especially that is something that can help curly hair maintain. Curly hair is actually a defect in the hair. I should not say like this, but hair which have a tendency to losing moisture very quickly and which are always on the drier side. Curly hair are a hair type which is slightly on a drier side, and that has a tendency of losing out moistures. So a hair which is deprived of the natural oils of hair that is there to protect them, and then there is a hard water exposure, so a lot of minerals settle on the hair. So it's a double disadvantage that curly hair get. So we just wanted to create a shampoo and the whole hair care range for curly hair. So the first product was the shampoo Usawa. Usawa is a Swahili word, the African language Swahili word. Usawa means equality. So we wanted to create one shampoo that helps everybody washing with hard water, and getting benefit of that. So we realized that something, it is called HCMC, the hair cell membrane complex, that gets deteriorated when there is a hard water exposure. So we just wanted to bring that back and give the hair that environment in which they can stay fluffy the whole day, not very sticky, not tacky, but they can be free flowing throughout the hair. So we have couple of products for hair care, but we wanted to focus with the limited resources that we had. We wanted to prioritize launching these four products, and then as the time comes, we have a hair mask, we have the hair serum. So these kind of products will be the immediate next products.
So, Praveen, one thing I've realized while having this conversation with you is the fact that I have never personally used a lot of cosmetics in my life. If I take a count of things, I have probably used sunscreen once in my life. This was when I was in Tuticorin. I specifically remember the day when I took it. when I use it on my skin. I probably have only used soap my entire life. I've never used anything else other than pure soap. For some reason, it just works for me, and I stuck to it. Uh, in terms of body creams as well, I've only used one thing called Sunscreen. It's an Ayurvedic cream. It's antiseptic. Like I can literally use it even if I have a wound or even if it's like after a shower. So it's an all-in-one product for me. There are a couple of my friends who actually make fun of me saying if I get a stomach pain, I can just eat up a little bit of sun cream and it might make me feel better. So that's the kind of person that I am. But for the first time, when I spoke to a person who sells a cosmetic product, I can tell you that I'm honestly sold on the idea that you have actually done your research. Like as the founder, you have pharma background. When you tell me that there are so many chemicals in products that my friends use, I genuinely believe you because I have seen how their skin is worse than mine is, even after using like a plethora of products.
Yeah.
What I want to ask you is, how long does this R&D take? And like, can you tell me a bit more about why this is better for me and why people should shift from what they're currently using?
Yeah. So I would start with, what you're doing is not wrong. So there are people, I have seen people with very good skin and they have not been using anything throughout their life. Okay. It has several explanations, and I'll try to, I may not be comprehensive enough, but I'll try my best. Okay. What happens is skin is not a type as people. 95% of the people who use skincare are sold to an idea that oily skin is different from dry skin, or the products for oily skin are different from the products for dry skin. 95% of the market believes that. And this is purely a marketing narrative. When we do clinical trials, I am a clinical researcher. So I have participated in clinical trials throughout my career. Whenever we do a research on clinical study on skin, we never, the criteria of participation is never that people with dry skin will participate, people with oily skin, people with combination skin will participate. The only differentiation in the skin types are whether volunteer is having healthy skin or diseased skin. Diseased skin also very specific. If we are doing a clinical endpoint that is sufficing to a point, okay, like dermatitis space, so we will qualify people with active dermatitis. Otherwise, every single product is evaluated for healthy skin, and when they come to the market, they become product for oily skin, dry skin, combination skin, everything else. Skincare is just a nudge. Skincare can help you prepare. Skincare can help you mitigate in a very focused way, but your skin health comes from within. And for that, you have to prepare yourself, your mental health, your eating routines, your sleeping routines, everything contributes to your skin. Skincare product will not replace even a single aspect of that. Present day, it works for all purposes that you want for hygiene. Similarly, I just got this idea that you only use one soap for everything. It's not a bad idea, but there are points where people, the way people get impacted by skincare products is, once you color your hair, it becomes a necessity to color your hair again and again, because when the color washes away, it leaves a very, very bad color while going off. So people don't want to carry that washing away effect out in the public. So they have to again coat it. And most of the hair colors come with chemical that will just ruin the keratin layer on the hair. Your hair will never be same again once you start using the hair color. And then it's a cycle. Same is with skincare. So a lot of skincare today, and that is my biggest worry. Okay, they carry something called synthetic polymers. Okay, the carbomers and the acrylates. Today, you will not find a single cream in the market that does not have them. What they do is they create a layer on your skin, a synthetic polymers layer on the skin. When you'll touch, they will feel such nice texture to your skin, but you're not touching your skin. You're touching that layer created by that polymer. Even after 7 hours, when you will touch, you are still not touching your skin. You are still touching that layer. You're so happy that, oh my God, such a smooth, such a gliding effect on your skin. But once you wash it away, your skin gets exposed, and it has not been able to absorb anything. It has not been able to communicate anything with the environment for so much time that the health of the skin is never the same. What happens is, when you change the product, that layer is gone. Now the next product may not give you the same feeling, and you'll say, no, the product that I'm using now is not suiting me. I want to go back to that product that was
Got
giving
it.
me very nice skin texture. Okay. So people get into that trap using the same products. The best way is stay away from, don't make skincare the main hero. Skincare is only for the nudge. And you just need to empower your skin so that it can take away. The best skincare product is not the one that gives you the better feeling when you apply them. The best skincare product is when you apply for 21 days. And after that, you don't put anything for 7 days. Your skin can still take care of itself. It doesn't break down. It doesn't crave for help. Okay. That is a good skincare.
Now, I am personally sold by the whole research aspect, your background, and the fact that you're talking about this product and you're not actually selling it. You are literally telling me that, Georgie, listen, you can use it for 21 days and not use it anymore. I'm quite sold on that idea.
Hmm.
Uh, there are instances like in my friend circle where they talk about this oily skin, and so I've actually, when they educate me about this, I've only heard about this distinction between, Georgie, your skin is oily because of which it's fine, like it's able to sustain the kind of moisture for like longer or for
Yeah.
whatever reason. I've never really invested time into like understanding what that aspect is,
Yeah.
but I really like the fact that you said there's an extra layer and there's no
Yeah.
real nutrition that your skin is getting, because that actually makes sense. And the fact
Yeah.
is, by default as humans, we have like, with the kind of history that we have, like over the last thousands and 2000s of
Yeah.
years, obviously we have developed skin which can sustain this kind of the environment, right?
That is a challenge to be managed. See, an oily skin, the more you will try to, so your skin feel, if your skin is oily, that means that your skin feels comfortable when there is a bit of sebum lying on that. If you'll make an effort to keep wiping that away, you use the product that continuously keep your skin drier, your skin is always under stress. No, I'm not feeling comfortable. I need a bit of, layer of oil around me. Similarly, if your skin is dry, and if you keep, plundering it with the, moisturizers, your skin is always under stress. No, I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling good. So there is a small nudge that you need to provide, but trying to normalize your dry skin or oily skin will always keep you in the loop that your skin will always be in stress. You just need to
Got it.
identify that your skin is, and then you need to choose. And there are no different ways. So this is something that one of the principles that we follow at Eluxier is, you don't need different products. You need to use products differently. It's the same product. You just need to use them differently. There are no different products for, oily skin or dry skin or any other kind of skin.
I think that's what I do with soaps. I don't know, some reason. Yeah, that's one. Uh, Now, can you tell me, like, as a founder, what's the biggest threat that you're facing? Or, like, when we talk to founders, we talk about, let's say, inventory, cash cycle. What is something that you personally, as a founder, you face?
See, as a founder, so skincare industry by its nature, it's not a very regulated industry. Okay. So people can tell you stories and walk away with it without having that accountability of proving it. So I come from pharma industry. Okay. All my life, my education and my until now my career has been in pharma. In pharma, it's a very closed constraint. You need to operate within the defined variables. You are under such a stringent regulatory, consistently hawkeye, that you need to comply to those regulatory conditions. Anything that you say that I do, you will have to prove that you do. In cosmetics, that environment is not there. So any story that could have been told has been told with a lot of money. with a lot of resources, with a lot of, loud campaigns. For a founder in this industry where there are 2,500 different brands, well funded brands, finding your differentiated voice to create that kind of noise is the biggest challenge. And creating that awareness is a very, very costly path. This is something that we realize that, and the moment, realize that there is somebody who's trying to do that, I don't know how, that will play. So we are consistently struggling to tell our unique perspective about skincare to people, and we are aware that it is very costly. So we are consistently on lookout for funding, and at the same time creating as much awareness as we can do. Yeah. So that is the biggest challenge right now.
Got it. So are you telling me that any person can actually start a cosmetics brand without any sort of a regulation or licensing? Is that how it is?
So there is a licensing requirement from the state FDA, that is very stringent, by the way. But the thing that makes it slightly loose is the loss of uh, accountability, in the sense that there are three things. I cannot claim that I treat. I cannot claim that I change something in the nature of something. If I exclude those parts, it's very open field. I can help that it boosts hydration because I don't need to prove that. And the brands that are, so there are, I'll tell you a very clear example. In 2020, 2019, actually, US FDA came up with a proposal that 19, 19, so all of them, there is a term called GRAS, GRAS, generally recognized as safe. So this GRAS rating has been given to all sunscreen filters, chemical UV filters. In 2019, US FDA withdrew all those GRAS notifications from the sunscreen filters, that no, it has not been enough studies done, enough safety data generated for them. And we're taking back that ratings. When you have enough data, you can use them. Then the industry is so huge that industry put the pressure on US FDA that, we are not ready for this change as soon yet. So then that regulation was, removed from indefinite time again, that okay, let's keep doing the research, but be aware that it is. So that list only excluded two UV filters. One was titanium dioxide, one was zinc oxide. Apart from that, chemical UV filter. By the way, all those chemical UV filter are part of our dirty 30. So we actively campaign against them, that, the reason is that the way sunscreens work is the chemical UV filter. They're supposed to get absorbed in your skin, okay, and then absorb the UV that is falling on them and prevent your skin from getting them. In the process, what happens is they break themselves. They absorb the energy, they get heated, energy state, then they break. They are small, small fragments, the metabolites. They keep traveling in the blood, and they keep binding to unnecessary receptors, unnecessary proteins, and they, what we call as bioaccumulation, that every time when you apply, some part of that sunscreen will get absorbed, and that will not leave that easily, because there are not very well defined metabolic pathways in the body, excrete them. When you eat anything, it gets absorbed in our intestine. It directly goes into the liver. So liver is like that monitor, that, I will get everything. I will decide what is toxin, what is not, and only the things that I recognize as safe, I will leave in the blood. When you apply anything on the skin, whole barrier is, surpassed. Whenever you are applying anything on skin, as much as around 65% of that goes directly into your blood, and that is not checked by liver. So that makes it a bit concerning. But because we are putting on skin, and for everything there has not been a significant data that things get absorbed, has not been enough safety regulations in place, I would say, as stringent as pharma.
Got it. Can you tell me a bit more about your current sales volumes, the customers, or retention? Is there any metric that you want to share?
So we have just started getting traction. We made so every month on month we are increasing our sales, but it is still within a community of skin enthusiasts. We have not started paid promotion yet. We have not started very aggressively outreaching to every customer. I want to convince the customers. I want to feel the customers that they are buying what based on the merits of the product. So they carry the uh, same enthusiasm for skincare that we bring, and they are on the same page how we feel about skincare. These are not just any cream or any sunscreen that has just been created and put. There have been a lot of thought gone behind it, and we just want to ensure that the customers understand that before subscribing to our products.
Got it. And are you available only on your website or are you also pushing your products on Amazon?
We are available on Amazon because the harsher reality is that Amazon is like a product discovery platform these days. We are actively engaging with other platforms as well to enroll our products there. So maybe 6 months down the line, we'll be available through our website on some of the platforms and through some of very consciously curated shops, physical space as well. So that is where we foresee ourselves being present.
Got it. And can you take me through the manufacturing process? Do you do it? Do you have like a space that you have set up for this, or are you doing it out of home?
So we have found a partner who manufactures it for us. They carry, so we source our materials from very a limited set of vendors, and those vendors have been qualified through a long list of qualifying criteria. We wanted to buy from people who carry the same ethos, same sensitivities about being sustainable, being you know being tracked about what is coming from where, and being cyclical in their approach, that we will not, so there is something called green chemistry principles. We don't qualify ingredients which have gone through very harsh conditions of manufacturing. So anything involving very high temperature, very high pressures, metallic, reactions. We prefer fermentation based products. We prefer ambient temperature processes, esterification, and all. So we qualify those vendors who are, who carry those products with us. So manufacturing happens at one of such partners who carry the specialized staff for managing these sensitive ingredients. I'm only one person who can, invest in this business. So we have outsourced a lot of our business functions to very active people around us.
Got it. And how big is your team currently, or are you still in the process of hiring your first or second employee?
So our team is of 5 people now, but we outsource a lot of our design work, marketing work, operations work, manufacturing work. But there are people who are responsible for overlooking those functions with the partners. Yeah.
Got it. And so, let's say, for example, if I were to give you an unlimited amount of money today, and I said, Praveen, listen, I'm going to invest. You can take care of one simple problem. Like one single employee has to resolve one single problem for you. What would that employee be? What would their specialization be in? And what would the problem that you want solved?
I would like to hire, with that money, I would like to create a R&D facility, and I want to test the ingredients increasingly with our current capacity and resources. We are really short on that. We want to test every single product and qualify them whether where they lie in the, Eluxier rating, of how safe they are. And then who can do the synergy test. So the way do we do synergy is most of our products are complicated products, so they carry around 19 to 27 ingredients. So synergy test between the two combination, every single ingredient goes through that chain of synergy test, that it should not make changes in the pH, acidity, whatever. So I would like to hire a really capable R&D person who can test the products and who can create these new versions of our future products. And with that money, I would like to create that, R&D facility for myself.
Brilliant. Now, can you tell me, if you want to, who's your favorite competitor?
There is nothing called one favorite competitor. Okay. So there are aspects of every single competitor that we like, and there are other aspects that we don't like. If we liked one competitor or if we liked one skincare company, maybe we would never have started. The reason why we started was that we were not happy with the products that we saw in the market. That kind of pushed us to, create our own products. If we were happy with one product, we would have been a consumer, very happy consumers. Like many of skincare enthusiasts do, they keep using one brand, for all their needs, and they're very happy. Like you use one Ayurvedic cream for everything. I got reminded of, people talk with the same in West Bengal. There is this Borolene, you know.
Hmm.
You've heard that? Heard about that? So
I've heard of
Borolene,
Borlin. Yeah, yeah.
it's a green tube that comes, and Borolene has the same. It's a lanolin based, very thick cream, which is not easily even spread. And out of all the places, West Bengal is such a humid place to be around, and they use that product, but that is a miracle that they swear by. And they use it if cuts, burns, aftershave, before shower, heel, face, everywhere, and that works. So there are consumers who have subscribed to one product, and then they carry. And I think there's nothing wrong about that. Skincare is all about finding your balance, and if you have found that balance with one product or set of, say, five products, and you don't want to change, I think that is a very good philosophy. People should not keep looking, don't break something that is not broken, or
Yeah.
don't fix something that is not broken.
Don't fix something that is not broken.
Yeah, don't fix something that is not broken.
I
So
agree.
if if your skin is a very very communicative organ, it is the largest organ in our body, it is the most complicated, most exposed. Every other vital organ in our body is protected under so many shields. The skin is the only organ which is always exposed to external exposomes. Not even that, the top layer that we take care of is dead. So several layers on the top. All the skincare is solving a dead layers concerns, And yeah, so if something's working, I don't think that needs changing.
Just let it be. And talking about Borosil, I just remembered an instance where I think I was probably, I think, 10 or 12 years old when we had this new product called Savlon on the market, when
Yeah.
Dettol was quite famous. And then I read a study like 5 years later when Savlon had already failed.
Yes.
This intern who did this research report on Savlon, they said the reason that people did not accept Savlon was because there was no pain. So people associated pain with like a remedy that Dettol provided. But then Savlon, because it was painless, people did not want to incorporate that into their lives.
Yeah.
People are already familiar with pain resolves my problems or it heals. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, the marketing that Savlon came up with, it did not really like help
Yeah.
me be associated with that product. So that was
Yeah.
actually another quite interesting thing that I thought
It's
was
actually
quite
a very, interesting concept of positioning. Okay. So human mind is very lazy organ. Okay. That always tends to simplify things, and it does not want to remember a lot of different things. It will keep similar memories, similar textures together. So that is why, most of your memories are kept in the same area in form of messenger RNAs. Once you like, if you have a very good memory associated with a aroma of something, okay, say a very tasteful food that you have with a very particular aroma. When you get that aroma anywhere, you will salivate because that taste memory has also getting excited or relieved. Okay, so
so true.
this is about positioning. When we use something for the first time, We capture all the aspects of that particular thing in our brain in form of that. This we also faced when we created our shampoo. People have this tendency about that shampoo that if something's not frothing, it is not cleaning. The soap
That's
should
true. Yeah.
froth. Okay, so
I'm a believer of that.
exactly, and that's a, that's a notion that we getting a frothing has nothing to do with cleansing process. The cleansing can happen even with oil. Okay, oil
Got
cleansing
it.
is a thing now. People use oil to remove their makeup and all. So cleansing should not necessarily involve frothing, but people have this tendency of seeing frothing and then believing that, yeah, it is cleaning now. So our first
That's
shampoo that we made was not frothing. It was like you apply like a cream and then you wash it off. People not were not satisfied. So we had to put certain parts into components into that started frothing. And then they came up with a feedback, no, it is drying our hair a lot. And then we had to completely reinvent our product. But yeah, these are the notions that play subconscious mind. And we have this specific particular aspects of a product that we have kind of subscribed to. And it's very, very difficult to change them. Like Chawanprash, people have eaten Dabur's Chawanprash, which was very, very sweet. Now in the market, a lot of people launch Chyawanprash, which does not have sugar, but people
yeah.
will not associate to that taste. It's like eating a brown thing, eating a brown colored thing which has a flavor of soft. You'll feel
Mhm.
very, very weird. Or eating a green color thing with a taste of coffee. That will give a very, very mind is wired in a way that we associate certain aspects of the product that we have been using.
That is true.
We feel very uncomfortable when that relation is broken.
That is true. I hadn't actually thought of it. That's actually a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, can you tell me what's the future like for uh, you and your brand? Like, what's going to happen in the next 6 months?
We want to reach to as many customers as possible. We want to tell our story to as many customers as possible and hopefully satisfying them enough to be repeated consumers of our products. Apart from that, we are also working on a lot of modified formulations that we'll be releasing every 2 3 months, 2 3 months, and then the ultimate goal is we aspire to a place where a customer looks into an ingredient and thinks that if it is on Eluxir's label, it must be safe. So that is a place to
That's,
aspire to, that we are the safest. When they think of the clean, safe skincare, we are the first names that they think about.
that's brilliant. I think that's basically all of the questions that I wanted to ask. We'll wrap it up here. I have to thank you so much for your time. It was quite a learning experience for me. Hopefully, I'm going to practice this in my life. But then, considering how lazy I am about skincare personally, I don't think I'll be investing time or money into it. However, maybe if I someday decide that I want to, I think yours would be a product that I'd be happy to visit and take a look at. And thank you so much for your time. This was very helpful for me, and I hope this will help you as well.
Yes, yes, yes. But don't break what's not, don't fix what's
Yeah,
not broken. So yeah, don't try unnecessary products. Your skin
I
is,
agree.
your skin looks great. Thank you very
Yeah, I'm,
much.
I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful as this.
As beautiful as is. Yes, 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 yes. That's the whole motto, once you have found out that sweet point that, this is my happy space. There is nothing that
That's
is
true.
troubling me here. You should not make unnecessary efforts to just because your peer group is pushing you to, or just because things in your life are pushing to. There is a big billion sale or anything. Should not be the reason of piling up a lot of unnecessary things on
Sure.
your. But thank you very much. I really appreciate. And I hope with your voice, we find our cause, we find ways to reach more customers. And it was really interesting talking to you. You carry some really wonderful perspective about skincare and larger part of life. So thank you very much.
Thank you.